So my mom sent us a link to a house that is having an open house today. It's for sale, and you can walk in there and look around. And it's super close to us. And so I was like, let's go over there. I want to check it out. Because we looked at it, whatever, it's Zillow or Realtor.com. Lots of pictures. And it's a nice house. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And it's a few minutes away. So we went over there. And we park. And first we check out the driveway. Its driveway is shared with 3 other homes.
Yeah, it's an odd setup.
Unconventional. And then so we walk towards the front door, and you were first, my love. And why don't you take it over from here, honey?
I walked up to the door.
Yeah.
And I proceed to open the door. It's unlocked.
Yes. Well, it's an open house, so
right.
You walk in, and the realtor usually has some water bottles and chocolate chip cookies in the oven.
So I open the door, and it looks like a family sitting in the living room watching TV, and a dog. And the woman says, "Excuse me," and the dog is barking and comes toward me.
Dog starts going crazy.
So I quickly shut the door.
Yeah, I didn't even get in. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I shut the door very quickly, and after a moment, the man comes to the door.
Yeah.
And we chat with him for a second. Turns out the open house was over. This is the family that lives there. And he said, "We have an open house again tomorrow. You can come back then."
Right.
And I said, "Okay." I was mortified.
Cringe.
I was so embarrassed. I apologized repeatedly.
It was so awkward. And, well, first of all, did Grandma Tia and my mom, when did she send that text? And did she know that the open house was closed? Because we went pretty quickly.
We went very quickly.
I looked at those pictures. I was like, this place is nice. And then just to set up the visual, like this is a house where you walk in the front door and there's the family room. It's not like there's a hallway or there's a half bath or whatever, or a formal living room that no one's ever in. But that's the family room. So you walked in and you saw the family.
I saw a man and a woman and a dog and 1 or 2 small children. It all happened so quickly.
Yeah.
For sure, one very small child, like a toddler.
Excuse me? It could have gone very bad.
Oh, yeah. If the guy had a shotgun sitting right there across his lap.
Right.
Or if the dog had been any closer, it may have bit me.
Yeah. If the guy perchance thought it was a home invasion, or maybe he's got beef with the neighbor down the street and they just had words or something.
Oh, shoot.
Or a husband and wife may be engaged in some adult activities. It's their personal time. But why was their front door unlocked? We never have our front door unlocked.
No.
Well, only when we forget to, only by mistake.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. They were partially to blame. Their front door was unlocked. But can you imagine how much more awkward it would have been if they had been upstairs and we had actually gone in and started to walk around?
Yeah. Oh, that would have been really bad. Oh my gosh.
So let's be thankful it wasn't any worse than it could have been.
It's a nice house too.
I know. I want to go back tomorrow and look through it.
I know. And it's super close to River City High School, where Luna Marie is going to go. So we're future-proofing, because right now River City's like 20, 25-minute walk.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to figure out that whole drop-off, pickup thing. But she'll be there in a year? 2 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was you walked in and you walked right out, and I heard the dog barking and I was like, what the hell was that? I thought like the realtor was there like, get out of here or scram, or I thought it was the wrong address.
Oh.
But then I looked and I was like, wait, 2020? That's the address, 2020?
Yeah.
And we were on the right street. Oh.
Horrible.
That could have been very bad. Did Grandma Tien set us up to make us look like fools? That would have been that would have been on all the local TV news.
Oh my god.
KCRA. Open house gone bad.
Would they
gone
have shown
wrong.
my picture?
Stand your ground, law in California. Open house horror.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was quite the scene, but he was cool about it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if were we the first people to come in, maybe the second or the eighth.
Well, I hope he locked his door after us.
Yeah.
Learn your lesson, mister.
And oop.
Okay, about 75% of our family has COVID.
/ had.
Yeah, that's a little misleading. Well, you got to sell the sizzle, honey, in the story. That'll be the headline.
Okay.
And then on the 9th paragraph of this Daily Mail article, then it'll be like, oh, Luna doesn't have the COVID anymore. But at one point this week, 75% of our family, you, Lennox, Albert, and Luna Marie, all had COVID. And this was your second week at home with it.
Yes. Me and the kids were sick for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. And they were on spring break the first week.
Yes.
But this week they should have been in school. But we were just like, just take the week off.
Yeah.
Because you could test them every day, and it's like, well, we only have a certain limited of tests. Even though Joe Biden sent us 8, Luna somehow came home with a couple, right, from school.
Yeah, the school has sent home like 6 or 8.
Yeah. So we at one point we had a plethora of tests. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
We had many tests, but now we've gone down and test because we're testing a frenzy over here. And we've kind of been in a holding pattern, waiting for you really to get better, because you feel better, but you're still not 100.
Yeah. I was feeling better. Then a few days ago, I started having some symptoms return, and I felt kind of okay the last few days, but
Yeah.
I don't feel great.
Yeah. You've
But
been wavering between 80 to 85%. I check in with you every day.
I'd say 75 to 85%.
Oh dear.
But I don't think my normal is really above 85 ever.
Yeah. I feel 100 usually a couple days during the week.
You do?
Yeah, because my job and eating good and working out, and then the weekend it all goes to shit. I don't feel about 60 right now.
Oh dear.
Well, you saw I did go to Peace Cuisine and eat an entire stir fry sticky rice by myself. Anyways, but did you ever have any? Did you ever want to isolate? Was that ever a thing? Because like I know some people. You see the stories of people who stay in trailers in their driveway.
Yeah.
They go to a hotel, or they send their spouse to a hotel.
Right.
Did that ever cross your mind or anything?
No.
No?
So maybe I'm just an inconsiderate jerk. But
Mm-hmm.
I just figured, if you or the kids get it, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
None of us are high risk or immunocompromised.
Mhm.
So I wasn't intentionally I wasn't trying to share cups with any of you or be in close proximity, but we just kind of carried about as usual.
Yeah. And on Tuesday, I believe, is that when you tested everyone?
Monday.
On Monday, you tested everyone. And that's when Lennox positive, Luna positive.
Right.
I was negative. So what happened was I tested negative. I administered the home test by myself on my own. I mean, everyone was here. We're all testing. But I did my own nose swabs, and I came out negative. And I was like, man, I really want a positive test.
Yeah, because at that point you were the only one.
Yeah.
You're the last holdout, so you knew that the 3 of us were going to be home all week together.
Yeah. I had FOMO. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to get Little Caesars every day. Pick up and just lie around and do nothing. So then, like an hour later, I said, honey, I want to do another test, and I had you administer the nasal swabs, because you've done it so many times to our family and yourself. You've become pretty proficient, Nurse Carolyn, and so I did a second test that night and still negative. Shucks. I wanted time off because we have 40 hours dedicated to COVID time off.
Yeah.
And I want to spend those 40 hours. Last year, we had 80 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I took none of it.
I used none of it either.
Yeah.
You never needed to. And
Well, I wanted to, but I was still intermittent,
oh.
part-time. And I wanted to prove myself to the big boss. And plus, just have a solid work ethic because of the woman who sent us into a potentially dangerous situation at that open house, my mummy. So talk about the school policies and your work policy on coming back, and you have to prove it, and then you have to come back and prove it that you don't have it anymore. So you have to prove you have to have it, and then you have to prove that you don't have it.
Right. The kids' school, I emailed them and said the kids both have COVID, so they're going to be out this week from school. And then they called me and said I needed to send a picture of a positive test, proof that they tested positive, which I thought was strange.
Yeah.
So then we had to test again because I had thrown out the original ones. So that we went through a couple more tests doing that.
Yeah.
And so you have to send a test proving the kids are positive. Yeah. And then once they feel better, their symptoms are gone. As long as they test negative, they can come back to school. But you have to send a picture of the negative test as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through a couple more tests doing that.
Yeah.
And so I'm planning on sending the kids back to school Monday. They're both feeling better.
Yeah. Luna tested negative today. And we're going to test Lennox tomorrow.
Right.
I highly doubt the schools are looking at the metadata of each picture. So I'm positive that people are sending in fake positive pictures or copy and pasted positive negative pictures or NFTs of positive and negative tests. It's all just a bunch of nonsense.
Our family is not doing that.
No, we would never, ever. But the fact that they need a picture, it seems odd.
It does.
But they need something.
It was also strange when I found that out because if you have any of there's 20 different symptoms associated with COVID. As simple as a runny nose is on the school's list of symptoms. So if you have any of those, they send you home from school immediately, or they don't let you come to school. Yeah. And then you have to prove that you don't have COVID. Even if it's just a runny nose.
Right.
So I was like, you don't let people come to school for like the tiniest of symptoms, but now I'm telling you my kids have COVID and I have to prove that to you.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of demands and requirements.
Yeah. And well, again, some parents might tell their kids to say, just say you have an earache.
Oh dear, who would do that?
I don't know. Irresponsible people, honey. Anti-maskers is what I'm saying. And then, your work policy?
Yeah. So for work, I had a couple of options to return a certain number of days from when I had tested positive. I have to wait a certain number of days, and I forget. And then I have to get, is it called PCP? Wait, is that a drug?
PCR. The test?
Yeah, with PCR.
Yeah.
PCR test. Like,
I think that's right.
An at-home test was not sufficient for me to return to work. So I had to get a PCR test from the hospital or the doctor.
Yeah.
Or I can just stay at home for 10 days. And then as long as my symptoms are gone, I can return to work after 10 days without a negative test.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do, because when I looked online to try to make an appointment, they don't want you to come in and get a COVID test if you've tested positive at home within the last 30 days.
Right.
And I did. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I'm not supposed to go to the doctor.
So you need a quote unquote real official test from, for instance, Kaiser, to prove you don't have it anymore, and you went online to book the test, and then it asks you, have you had COVID within the past 30 days? And if you check yes,
It
they
says
say,
don't come in.
stay away. It's so bizarre.
So I'm just staying home for a few more days.
So again, and you would never do this, lover, but someone could click, no, I have not had COVID in the past 30 days, and they could easily book an appointment.
Oh, yeah.
My point is that this is all a house of cards and stupid, but anyways, that's my opinion. I'm sorry, did you have any more, babe?
No.
Okay. One thing I want to know. See, I would like you to do an official test because I want to know. Do you have a variant? Because all you hear about is the Omicron and the AB2 and the BA Baracus variant, and I'm curious.
Can they tell me? Or does it just mean if you get COVID right now during this variant, then that's the one that you have? Or can you still get any? Can you get the original one still?
Oh, the OG. It's rare. It's very collectible. You can find it on Poshmark and eBay. That I'm not sure, but I think Kaiser would just have more data than, because these stupid COVID tests, it's like a pregnancy test. It's so silly. So you've become very proficient in giving these tests.
Yes, I don't even need the instruction booklet anymore.
Oh shoot!
And I'm like dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
step step step.
Yeah, but one thing you discovered is that as your body recovers, or the Omicron or whatever goes away or lessens, well, it's like a pregnancy test. If you have 2 lines, it means you're positive. But you've discovered that if the line, it can be bold or it can be dotted or whatever,
Well,
faint.
It can be very. When I was at the beginning of my sickness and I took the test, the line that means positive, it appeared immediately, and it was very bold.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, when we were all testing again, it took like 5 to 10 minutes for the positive line to appear, and then it stayed very faint.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, and we were all feeling a little bit better that second time we tested. So I'm wondering does that measure the amount in your body or the strength?
I think it does. But the thing is, you've read those directions in and out, left and right, 15 times. It doesn't say anything about line strength.
Not
or
that I recall.
Line font, Comic Sans font, or Arial, or New Times Roman.
All I recall it saying about that is it shows pictures with examples of the different outcomes, and some are bolder, some are fainter, and basically any of those, whatever gradient of color, it all means positive if you can see a line there at all.
Right.
And oop.
We tested Luna Marie this morning because she had a birthday party to go to, and so froyo and roller skating with her homegirls was very important. So she was like, I want to get a test to hopefully be negative, and she was negative. But she stayed in bed, and you went up to her loft, and you administered the test while she laid down.
Well, honey, it was only 9:30 in the morning. I couldn't expect her to get out of bed and come down to the dining table.
Yeah, well, after a week of spring break and after a week of no school and COVID, she ambles down around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. every day.
Gosh. Yeah, we have been so lazy these last couple of weeks, me and the kids.
Blame the Rona.
I am.
Yeah.
And that's valid to an extent. So I've been letting the kids sleep really late in the day.
Yeah.
But then once they're out of bed in the afternoon, I make sure we get outside, go for a walk, go to the park.
Yeah.
Okay. So I took the little swab up to her bedroom this morning, and I was like, you just lay there. Just turn your head this way. And I swabbed her nose right there.
You should have brought a black briefcase like the old-timey doctors used to do.
Right. My stethoscope.
In the movies, when they did house calls. I thought that was quite nice of you, honey. Nurse Carolyn. Are you scared of the Rona? Now, I'm an anti-vaxxer. You're an anti-vaxxer. But are you scared of catching it again? Are you going to mask up again? Are you going to...
I am going to wear...
social distance from our marriage, my love? Yeah.
Never. I am going to wear my mask at work for the next couple of weeks. And I'm not going back to work until I have a negative at-home test, just to be in the clear.
Yeah.
Because I still have like a lingering cold.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of congested. My throat hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to work on the day I'm allowed to, as long as I test negative here at home. And I am going to wear my mask, at least for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. Because you can catch it twice. Do you have any?
I'm not scared of getting it again. I could get it again. It's fine.
The first week you had it was not pretty.
It was terrible. It was really unpleasant, but I mean, if I get it again, I get it again.
You gotta live your life, girl.
If it happens, it happens.
Do you regret not getting the booster?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I wish I'd gotten the booster.
And oop.
I wish me and Luna had gotten it.
And oop.
Okay, and finally, let's give a boom boom update, honey, because this is the topic that you don't hear about in the lamestream MSM mainstream news media, okay?
Yeah, it's like they don't even care about people's boom boom.
Yeah, Teo Torres on KCRA and Galston Dart on KCRA. They don't talk about how COVID can affect a married sex life. But thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections, honey?
I say we're back on track.
The boom boom is back. It's better than ever. Yeah. I'm sorry, Alan Fisher.
Is there anything you want to add?
No.
And oop.
But COVID has been a disruptor in our life, your life, my love. You have a few examples?
Yeah, the first week when we were sick, Luna and I had tickets to go see Wicked, the musical, which it's been here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And we missed it.
Yeah. And I was like on the verge of taking her, but that's when she tested positive.
Right. I was so happy you stepped up and you were willing to take Luna.
Yeah.
But that day is when she started feeling really sick.
Yeah.
So we ended up just, thank God, getting a refund because we weren't able to go.
Yeah. Like the day of, you called or emailed them, right?
Yep. I called and talked to somebody.
6 hours before showtime, and they refunded you, thank goodness. It was like $150, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I missed my hair appointment with Hazy. I had to call and reschedule. I missed my wax appointment.
Oh dear!
I had to cancel that.
Speaking of boom boom,
yeah. So like my personal beauty has been falling to the wayside because all these appointments I had to cancel. The first week when I was really sick, I didn't shower for like 4 days.
Yeah.
I didn't have the strength to shower, so
yeah.
all of that affected our.
But you weren't going anywhere or doing anything. You were pretty you kept it together,
right? Right.
But yeah, well, again, this is the missed hair appointments. This is the COVID that no one wants to talk about, that the M5M, the lamestream media won't address. But yeah, Boom Boom is back.
It's back, baby.
You rescheduled your hazy hair appointment for next mid-May.
Yeah.
Right? The waxing is going to be rescheduled.
Yes, don't you worry, honey.
But yeah, we're still like waiting for you to get hunted.
Yeah.
Like Friday nights we usually pop a few cocktails, a few brewskis, but it's Saturday, and last night I said, well, I don't want to drink until you're like 95% and you're still in the 80% mark. So, but I mean, we still went for walks. We gave away a vacuum cleaner today to a fellow West Saxon.
Yeah.
We went out to eat today, or we got takeout. Mm-hmm. Dropped Luna off at her birthday party. So we're living.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're feeling 80%. We're living at about 80%.
Right.
I guess.
Running those errands today did kind of wear me out.
Yeah.
And I told you I wasn't feeling good, and I had to take it easy this afternoon.
Yeah, I had to go grab Luna on my own. But yeah, not a big deal. Well, it's thankfully it hasn't been horrifying. Well, they talk about long COVID, but what about medium COVID or?
Yeah, what about this 3-week COVID?
Yeah.
I'm coming up on week 3 of not being totally healed.
Yeah. But from my perspective, you're keeping it together. But yeah, you do a lapse and have periods like today when I had to drive to get Luna, but not a big deal. You drove her out there. We still did Walmart and stuff, and we did Dollar Tree. Yeah, still waiting, hoping.
Yeah.
Are you doing any therapeutics or homeopathics or? Are you going to take ivermectin, honey, or hydroxychloroquine?
I'm going to take some ketamine.
That's what the right wingers want you to take, honey.
Well, I'm a regular vitamin popper.
That's true.
I take. Our cupboard is chock full of vitamins and minerals and supplements.
Collagen, for some reason.
Collagen, fish oil, turmeric, cranberry.
That's a future pod. We're going to go through all
Okay.
those, and I'm going to be like, why do we have turmeric?
So I've continued just taking my normal vitamins. Today we got me a Jamba Juice with the vitamin zinc booster
Yeah.
thing in it.
Did it work?
I don't know.
$9 for a drink.
I don't know
we
if
had
any are these.
we had 50% off Grandma Tian.
Oh
Calm
yeah.
down.
So it was only 4 something.
Yeah.
And it was so good. That really hit the spot.
Yeah.
A Jamba Juice when you're not feeling good is great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I hope you get better
Thank you.
quickly. But it's not a big deal. And when we got married, honey, Marshall Phillips, through sickness and health, and they should have had COVID now. Asterisk.
And lapse in boom boom.
Oh dear. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Sure.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for PCR test. We don't have a promo code for a PCR test. Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, my wife may have mentioned her wax appointments, but she's still a good person and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Bye-bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer.